Okay, she's got the camera going.
So, you went up for a while, and then you went to college. What did you major in college?
Environmental design, landscape architecture is what I.
Why did you pick that field? Yeah.
That's what I majored in school. I just kind of like the same thing with the SEAL training is, you're always outside, you're always doing something different. And so I thought that, I'd be able to go to college and do something worthwhile, maybe to help other people. I mean, I kind of had some altruistic reasoning behind the SEALs too, and that, with my relatives, family, they had, served the country, so I mean, I saw a sense of duty there, and I guess the same thing with environmental design. And but I've been working ever since in that field since '93. I graduated college in '93, and I've worked in environmental consulting ever since until now.
Talk to me about the cross training. How did you get into it? And what inspired you?
Yeah, I mean, I've just always been really active. I've always loved the gym. I've always liked to run. I've always liked things about fitness. These last few years, I've worked out in my garage. I'm standing here in my garage right now. I've got my climbing wall behind me, and there's weights all around here and kayaks and stuff and all. I've always done outdoor stuff. I've climbed a ton since I was in the military. I learned to climb there. And so, the fitness thing, there's a local gym here a mile away, and I started working out there and just really enjoying it. And then about 2 years later, I just was helping out, cleaning up the gym and stuff. And the local owner said, if you get your trainer's license, I can pay you. So I ended up becoming a trainer there part-time. I worked like 3-4 days a week in the mornings and sometimes the evenings. And then from there, it kind of grew. I started my own website, sealgrinderpt.com, and that just really took off. I mean, believe it or not, I'm going to look back here and show you some things I do. I make jump ropes. I don't know where one I missed. Oh, right here. I make jump ropes. And believe it or not, I've sold them all over, like Belgium, and I ship one to Hawaii today. I make them about every day. I make rings. Here's these fitness rings that are behind me here. I make those. What else do we have? I make this another suspension fitness trainer. I've written some books, or one book that I have out right now about learning to do pull-ups, and I have a coaching thing online that I do. So it kind of blossomed from there. I was just really psyched about it, and it's not like I'm making a ton of money, but it keeps me active, and I get to make things, and it kind of works on the right brain side of me. But it's fun too. It's fun to be able to build stuff in your garage, work out in your garage. For me, that's a blast. That you can do something like that, and people actually pay you for it. That's cool. But nowadays, I compete in the CrossFit Games. I'm in the Masters division, and this morning I was like 21st in the world in CrossFit Masters, so I was pretty psyched about that. And I'm trying to get a slot to the World Championship for CrossFit right now. So that's my main. Yeah, it's in LA.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's in LA and at the Home Depot Center, so that's my goal. I want to be there. So, yeah.
What is your workout routine? Like how often, how long, what is the routine?
Well, pretty much every day is different. The thing about CrossFit is it's a lot of different exercises. You use weights, you use body weight, you do gymnastic things like with the rings. Some days I go on a trail run. I'll go 3-5 miles on a trail run or what have you. So every day is different, but I try to work out like 3 days on, 1 day off, and then I work out a lot of times 2 times a day. So I'll work out in the morning early, and then I'll work out in the evening. And that's where I've got weights here in the garage and stuff too, get home late. But yeah, I mean, it's fun because it's always different. You're either throwing around big weights, or you're doing a ton of push-ups, and then you go run for 2 miles, and so that's what CrossFit's just really varied. Every day it's different.
That's good. In terms of like compared with other 48 years old or even 44 years old, how do you compare yourself?
Well, I mean, 48 years old. I'm in the 45 to 50-year-old category right now. I'm ranked 21st in the world. So, I mean, that puts me up there pretty high. I mean, your average Joe off the street, I'm like in a different hemisphere. I'm in a different galaxy. You know, a 24-year-old, most 24-year-olds, I'll whip their ass in most anything, unless they're like another Special Forces guy who's in really good shape, or some other CrossFit athlete that's really young and in super good shape. Then I can hang with them. I can hang with them on a lot of stuff. So.
You brought up a certain point, but what is it about the Special Forces mentality that gives you an edge against other people that don't have that?
Oh, it's a huge edge in that. Sorry, you're going to get a lot of background noise. We got a storm coming in with lightning and thunder here, but no. But I mean, in terms of what gives a Special Forces athlete an edge is that you know what it's like to not quit. You know what it's like to focus under severe stress. You know how to visualize your future self or where you're going to be completing a task. And that's the same thing as a Michael Jordan or a Tiger Woods or a Herschel Walker. These are top athletes that have, you know, they don't walk up to go do a free throw and Michael Jordan has his shoulders down and he's like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to make this game-winning shot here for the World Championship. You know, Michael Jordan knows that he's a winner. He knows that he will make the shot. And what he's done, he's trained his mind, mental conditioning, to be able to handle that stress. Yes, he's thrown 1,000 free throws, but at the same time, he's trained his mind to push the negative to the far back corner. The majority of people on this planet, they have no goals, they have no vision, they have no ability to focus the mind so that they can move the negative to the back corner. They would come up to the free throw line, or they would come up to the barbell, or they would come up to the shooting range and say, oh, I don't know if I can do this, or I can't, or they would, if they don't say it verbally, they would say it mentally. And they would allow the negative to creep in, they would allow self-doubt to creep in, their body posture, you can see the look in their face, you can see the posture of their shoulders, you can see how they hold themselves, and I'm doing that right now on camera. But I know that a Special Forces athlete who's been trained to not quit, to push back the negative, that's what enables them to have that remaining 10% that makes them a winner. And that's the same thing. Why does Tiger Woods win? Why does Michael Jordan win? Why does a top Olympic athlete win? Most of those Olympic athletes are within seconds or 1/100ths of a second apart. The mental is what separates the difference time after time after time. So that Special Forces, they teach you under severe stress how to hold yourself, compose yourself, and still complete a task, whether it's demolitions or it's you're moving in on a target in driving freezing rain and rock and jungle, whatever. They teach you repetitively how to accomplish that task and keep that mental edge. So that's in a nutshell. That's your difference.
I like it. Let's talk again and let's record a third of that segment.
Okay. All right. Let's pause.